I'm Adam Barralet, and today we're going to explore 5 different essential oils that can really help you to get a better night's sleep. Now, sleep isn't just about having enough energy to operate throughout the day. While we're asleep, our body does so many different things. It repairs different injuries. It categorizes all our thoughts for the day so we can kind of handle the next day. It allows us to digest food. It allows everything to kind of sync itself and get everything balanced and ready for the next day. So it's not just about having a long quantity of sleep, but also about the quality as well. And when I speak to so many people, they're either not having good sleep or they would like to improve it. Now, there are many different ways that we can help improve our sleep quality. Doing things like eliminating blue light, such as screens after the sun sets, sleeping in a slightly cooler room with no lights on, not having any distractions, getting into the routine of going to bed at the same time, not eating too soon to going to bed. All of these can be really, really beneficial. But one of my favorite ways, and it's both enjoyable and effective, is using gifts from the plant kingdom, and that's essential oils. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my own experiences and other people's that you can use and try to improve your sleep. Now, the first essential oil that I think is worth trying whenever you want to improve your sleep quality is lavender. Now, many people may have tried lavender before and gone, oh, it didn't work. And so the first thing I want to stress is that did you know that around 80% of lavenders sold around the world aren't actually lavender? Did you know it doesn't matter where you are in the world, there is no legality on the labeling of essential oil. So you can put anything in a bottle and call it a pure essential oil, and it's often not. You want to make sure it's actually Lavender augustifolia, and you want to do a little bit of research on the company to make sure that they actually have tested that and can guarantee, and even ideally you want a third party that has tested that and said, yes, that is definitely lavender. I've worked with so many people that have found lavender doesn't work, or they've found that it gives them a headache or different things like that. But when I've actually given them a true lavender, they've found they don't get headaches and they actually start to get the results they like. So lavender is a really beautiful one. First of all, it helps to relieve and relax the body, but it also offers relief from stress, from nervous tension, from unrest. So when your body is feeling tight and when you are feeling restless and that kind of thing, it's really hard for us to fall asleep. We all have really chaotic days, and often chaotic days make it trouble to sleep at night, so we have a bad night's sleep. Then we go on to the next day, and that's a bad day because we didn't sleep well last night, and we get into this dreadful spiral. The great thing about lavender, and I'm going to talk about different ways to use all these essential oils at the end, is that lavender can be actually used throughout the day. You can add it with something like a wild orange or a citrus, and it can help you to kind of manage those stress and that unrest, that nervous tensions throughout the day. So when you're getting ready for bed, you're not feeling so uptight as well. So lavender, true lavender, unadulterated, not stretched out, not a different type of lavender in there. Lavender augustifolia, which is its Latin name, is what you want to be reaching for as your first oil when it goes to getting a good night's sleep. Maybe you don't like the aroma of lavender, or maybe it's just not quite cutting it for you, but there are other options from the plant kingdom. The next one I want to talk to you about is vetiver. Now, vetiver is gifted to us from the root of a grass plant, and it's traditionally used in aromatherapy, first of all for any kind of aches and pains or rheumatoid kind of stiffness or any kind of tension in that way. It can be really beautiful if your body is feeling really quite tight, and that's actually inhibiting you sleep. Anyone who's suffering from those kind of things is always going to have problems getting comfortable in bed, and this is where vetiver can be really quite powerful in this way. But it also helps to quieten the mind and relieve stress from the mind as well. So it not only works to calm down the body, but it helps with the mind as well. Now, some people call lavender, the duvet of the aromatherapy kingdom, and then they call vetiver the horse tranquilizer, the Valium. It's a really beautiful one for helping you drop into a deep level of sleep. And the feedback I've had from people that I've helped is that this one really, really helps. Now, it's not going to help, you're not going to struggle to get up in the morning, it's not going to totally knock you out in that way, but you're going to get a really nice deep sleep. If you're wondering what the aroma of this is, it's got a really earthy kind of aroma to it. Some people go, it smells like the wet earth, just like kind of where I am right now after the rain. But it brings this real sense of comfort as well. I find in meditative practices with this, it helps us with stillness and to feel comfortable with stillness. And if you're someone who feels a bit restless and always edgy, and you know that kind of inhibits you getting a sound night's sleep or even falling asleep, or you wake up worrying, then Vetiver could be a really great oil for you. Another really beautiful grounding oil that I love for helping you get a good night's sleep is cedarwood, of course gifted to us from the big hardwood of these trees. Now, cedarwood really helps with the release of a neurotransmitter called GABA. And you're probably wondering, what on earth is GABA? I like to nickname it anti-adrenaline. So obviously we know what adrenaline and cortisol do. They help to amplify and help us to focus and do what we need to do throughout the day and perform. And GABA is the opposite. It helps us to calm the farm down. So many people, what I find when it comes to getting a good night's sleep, you know, they go, and then they're running, they're very busy, they've got a lot happening, and then they're trying to throw themselves into bed and get some good night's sleep. If you're finding that you're kind of trying to brake a car from 100 kilometers an hour to nothing, or if you know what I mean, in sleep, you're trying to go from really fast into suddenly sleeping, then working with this, with cedarwood, could be really, really beautiful in that way. So give this one a go if you're a busy person, if you've got a lot on your mind or a lot in your schedule and you're finding it hard to slow down at the end of the day, rather than reaching for alcohol to slow you down, maybe try cedarwood. Do you ever have those nights where you're laying in bed looking at the roof going, shut up brain, and go to sleep? I definitely do. And this is where I reach for Ylang Ylang. Now, Ylang Ylang, if we look at the astrological aspect, it's a yellow flower, so it's linked to Mercury, who also rules our ticking mind and our quick wit and all those types of things. But this is also renowned for helping to slow down the mind. Whereas we can lean into vetiver or lavender to really help to bring calmness to the body and the nerves and any aches and pains, Ylang Ylang is really beautiful at calming the mind. Now, you may be thinking, hold on, isn't Ylang Ylang renowned for being an aphrodisiac? Yeah, again, what it does is it helps us move away from that stressful state to those more pleasurable states. We're not in the mood for loving when we're stressed. We're not in the mood for sleeping when we're stressed either. And so what happens is Ylang Ylang will gently guide you into more euphoric or paradise kind of feelings where you're more content, more happy. Now, whether that be a bit of a romp in the bed or a bit of a sleep in the bed, Ylang Ylang can really, really help in that way. But whereas, as I said before, these other oils help with the body, this one is beautiful for those that have an active mind. So those Geminis, those Virgos, those Librans, those Aquarians, just anyone else who just can't shut their mind up, give Ylang Ylang a shot. What I really love about aromatherapy is there are lots of different essential oils that will have similar kind of attributes. So you can swap them around until you find the right one for you. Now, you can use any of the oils that I've talked about so far, or imagine if we could put them all together and even put some other great oils that are renowned for sleep as well. Things like vanilla, sandalwood, marjoram, and Roman chamomile. We don't have to because there is already a blend. It's known as Lavender Piece, or in some countries also known as Serenity. It's made by doTERRA, and this is a really great one that I love to use as my all-round sleep oil. When I don't find that myself or someone I'm working with or helping is got a general specific problem, they just want to improve their quality of sleep, Lavender Piece is absolutely great. So I said at the start of this video, I was going to show you not just what oils are good, but how to use them as well. The 5 oils that I've shown you, there's 3 different ways to use them. Now, you can use one oil all 3 ways. You can mix it and match it however you want. Now, the first way I recommend is once the sun goes down, you want to put one of these oils in a diffuser. Why do we want to put it in a diffuser and why so early? Well, remember when I was talking about that car going from 100, trying to brake to stop straight away? That's sometimes what we're trying to get our body and our mind to do. What we want to do as the sun goes down, we want to start winding down. Now, if you've got some work, you might want to delay this a little bit, but as soon as you finish your work for the day, then you want to have that diffuser on. When we breathe in essential oils, it goes through our olfactory bulb, into our limbic system, which is to do with emotions, flight, fight, all those different things, talks to our hypothalamus and starts signaling to the body and the mind to start making those changes and start coming down. So you start setting yourself up. So instead of slamming on the brakes, you're slowing that car down until it's time to get into bed. Now, just before you get into bed, grab any of the oils that I've talked about, put a drop in your hand with your moisturizer. Once you've cleansed and toned your face, rub this into your face. When it comes to skincare, there are 2 types of oils that are really good for our skin. First of all, we have our top layers of skin known as the epidermis, and floral oils are really great for this. So that would be lavender, and it would be Ylang Ylang, as well as the other ones I mentioned, like Roman chamomile, but you also find vanilla is really good for the top layer of skin as well. Now then we've got our dermis, those are the deep layers of skin. Wood oils and resinous oils are really good for that. So things like cedarwood, sandalwood, and even our vetiver are really good for that. So I will take a different oil each night, mix it with my moisturizer, and rub that in. Not only is that going to benefit my skin, but I'm breathing that on in a deep level, and it's really helping to calm me down. Now, once you get into bed, what you do is you grab about 3 drops of one of these essential oils and mix it with a carrier oil. I really like fractionated coconut oil, or doTERRA does a rose hand lotion, which is really beautiful, and I just use a little squirt of that. And I rub that on the soles of my feet and up and down my spine. Why the spine? Well, that's the central nervous system, so that's going to help to, as the oils get into our body, it's going to communicate everywhere. And on the soles of your feet, if you touch the skin on the soles of your feet, you're going to find that it's the thickest on your body. So you're going to get this sustained, slow release up through the feet over time, throughout the night. That, plus your diffuser going next to you, and you're getting supported in relaxing throughout the night as well. So these are some of my favorite oils, and those are my 3 favorite ways of helping you use these essential oils to get a good night's sleep. As I said at the top of this video, the majority of essential oils that people are buying unknowingly are not from the plant kingdom. They're either artificially made in laboratories, they're stretched out with other cheaper plants, they're stretched out with filler oils and carrier oils and different things like that. And so you're not getting the results that you want, and maybe getting some adverse effects from it, like headaches and skin reactions. I have helped lots of people in many countries around the world improve their quality of sleep. And if you go below in this video description, there is a link where you can buy top quality essential oils from me. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. And you can also book in, and I can help you work out what's going to work best for you and a bit of a protocol so that you can get a better night's sleep. Whether you're just interested in improving your health so that you can be more alert during the day and your body is ready, or if sleep is a real challenge for you, I'd love to work with you and help you out with that. Plus, answer any other questions as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.